Welcome to the 2023 Black Authors Matter TV Award Show. Tonight, based on your vote, we will recognize the authors and other book industry experts who had the most compelling interviews from our weekly online show. Every guest that has appeared on the show from March 8, 2022 to March 7, 2023 was included in the nominations process. You voted and selected the top 5 finalists in 15 categories. Then you voted again for your favorites. And tonight, we will present those winners with their awards. The primary sponsor of this award show is the annual National Black Book Festival. Additional sponsors are the BET TV shows The Family Business and The Black Hamptons, based on Carl Weber's book series. Speakers Magazine, the monthly award-winning publication that feeds and features speakers. She Publishing LLC, the unique publishing house that helps authors share their stories with the world. Meet the World Image Solutions, Dr. Rhonda Lawson's marketing and PR firm that helps authors elevate their profiles. And Gwen Richardson's 5-part book series, Kids Biz, that teaches children how to be entrepreneurs. Tonight's presenters are longtime managers of the National Black Book Festival and authors in their own right. And they are Pamela Jarman Wade, Shalita Anderson, Brenda A. White, and Mary Evans. So sit back and relax for the next 2 hours and see if your favorites are among the winners. Your hosts for tonight are the co-stars of the Black Authors Matter TV show, Gwen Richardson and Dr. Rhonda Lawson.
Well, welcome everybody to the 2023 Black Authors Matter TV Awards Show. We are all very excited about these awards we're about to give out tonight, and we appreciate all the people who've been on the show for the last year. I'm Gwen Richardson, your host for tonight, along with my co-host,
Dr. Rhonda Lawson. Good evening, everyone. It's time to mix and to get some awards out. Yay!
And our presenters are also on screen tonight. And I don't know how other people can see it, but to my left is Pamela Jarman Wade, hey. Mary Evans is Wade, and then Shalita Anderson and Brenda A. White. So they are longtime managers of the festival and longtime friends as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we have some words from our sponsors. So we're going to show you their videos, and then we're going to start giving out the awards. The first category will be biography and memoir. So here's some words from our sponsors.
Yeah. Y'all ready? Let's get this money. We got a mansion in Dubai. And our wardrobe keep us fly. We know you like, hey, we know you like it, yeah. We always winning and that's no lie. You really wish you had our life. We know you like, hey, we know you like it, yeah. Our reality is your fantasy. Wanna be like our family. Everybody know we running things. It's the best.
Coming to you live from the She Pub Network, I am Shanita Finez, CEO and founder of She Publishing LLC. And this is such an exciting moment. Why? I'll tell you. Number one, it is such an honor to be here before you, supporting the National Black Book Festival as well as the Black Authors Matter television. But most importantly, I am here to congratulate each and every one of you who shared your story on BAM TV. And with that said, I'd like to congratulate you and say, job well done.
We have one more. Okay, so those are our words from our sponsors. We really appreciate their support. The family business, they have sponsored every single show, award show that we've had since we first started. And we really appreciate the long-term support they've given, as well as She Publishing LLC and Speakers Magazine, spearheaded by the amazing marketer, Pam Perry. So we are right on time, and we are going to bring on our first group of nominees or finalists in the first category. Mary is going to announce them. I'm going to see how many of them are in the waiting room. And let's see who we have. I don't know who this is right here. It's challenging when people don't have their names on their information.
We go through it every week.
It just says iPhone. I don't know who this is. Let me see who this is. And if it's one of the finalists in this category or whatever category, because we have some time segments and they're grouped. So let's see who this is on the iPhone. And then we'll announce our finalists in biography memoir as soon as I see who this is, so I can know if I need to tell them to log back in later. Just okay, there's no sound. So, all right, well, we're going to go on. Mary, if you don't mind doing the honors for our biography memoir category. And I see Karen Dixon Brown is one of our finalists. She's on screen. So welcome, Karen. Okay, Mary, you ready?
Sure, I'm ready.
Okay.
So, as the presenter for the category of biography and memoir, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finalists, and I wanted to share the factoid about this category and the finalists. There were more total votes cast in this category than ever in the 3-year history of the award show. That is amazing.
A lot of votes.
So now the finalists are, the first is Sonia Curry, and her interview was June the 7th, 2022. And her book is Fierce Love, a memoir of family, faith, and purpose. The second is Boya J. Farah, and their interview was September 27th, 2022. And their memoir was America Made Me a Black Man. And then we have Frederick Douglass Reynolds. His interview was October 11th, 2022. And his memoir is Black, White, and Gray All Over, a Black Man's Odyssey in Life and Law Enforcement. And then the fourth is Karen Dixon Brown. Her interview was July 5th, 2022. And her memoir is called Breathing Life, a Mere Memoir. And the last finalist is Lisa McNair. Her interview was October 4th, 2022. And her memoir or biography is called Dear Denise, Letters to the Sister I Never Knew. Okay.
Mary, before you announce the winner, I wanted to find out who this is on the bottom of the screen on the iPhone.
Okay.
I think, is it Black Diamond? Is that who that is? Because I think she's sight impaired. And she's in another category. Okay, so I wanted to show the awards. Each one has the category on it. And this is the award for biography memoir. So Mary, announce the winner for biography memoir.
I haven't opened it, so I'm gonna open it now. This is so exciting. Okay. The winner for the 2023 award of Best Interview for Biography and Memoir is Boya J. Farah.
Okay.
I remember him.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an addition we have this year. we have a video showing each winner when they're announced, like they do on the Grammys. Every year we're gonna do something extra. So
Yeah.
so
I like it.
congratulations, Boya. And all the awards will be mailed to the recipients. Here's the award again for biography memoir. And each one will be shipped out this week. So we congratulate you on winning in the category. So before we announce our children's category, I would like each of the presenters to just give a 30-second, because we have our timing. We want to do a 30-second just welcome from each of our presenters. And Karen, thank you so much. Oh, she went off. So thank Karen for being one of the finalists. Okay. Pam, you want to start?
Sure. Welcome, everyone. Hello. We are so excited. Each year when this time rolls around, it has just been an amazing time and now we're no longer in the pandemic. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're happy to be here and happy to have you, and can't wait to see who all the lucky winners are going to be this evening.
Right. It's a surprise.
We don't even know.
We don't even know.
So Mary, you go next.
Hi, everyone. Just so excited to be here for the third year. This is just, it seemed like it was just yesterday we had our last award ceremony. The authors, I've seen many of them, Rhonda and Gwen know, because I pretty much tune in every week. And so it's very delightful to see the finalists and to know that you have supporters out there on the internet, on social media who support you, and all of you are winners in my book, but you know, someone has to win in each individual category. Welcome again.
Shalita.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. We're so excited about Black Authors Matter TV. Excited to be here again this year, and very excited to announce the winners this year. So look out, you might be the one.
And Brenda.
I love Shalita's laugh. I tell you, I laugh all day, and I would sit there and
Say that.
Welcome, everyone. I'm excited, just like the rest of the National Black Book Festival managers. Very excited to be here, and can't wait to see who the winners are in the categories that I have over here.
Okay. Because those envelopes are sealed, and they get a thing that says do not open.
Do
so
not
they
open.
don't know who won.
No. Rhonda didn't even open her other envelope.
She didn't even open hers.
I just opened mine. I was trying to scan.
So we are right on time, and the next category is children's authors. Pam is going to be the presenter in that one. And let me see who, do we have any? I don't think we have any of the children's authors. Oh, we do. We do, Black Diamond, because we brought her on. She's at the bottom of the screen. And I think she's the only one that's on. I don't see the other ones. We have, I think, Christian fiction. We have several in the waiting room for Christian fiction. So that's the one after this. So Pam, tell us who the children's authors are, the finalists for that category. Oh, and where's the award? Children's.
All right. Such a beautiful award. Very beautiful.
Yes.
It'll look great on the winners' shelves,
Right.
bookcases, or wherever they choose to put them. So for the children's category, I want to give a factoid about this one. In terms of the number of original nominees, this category had the most interviews among all of the book genres. Isn't that amazing?
That is.
And the finalists are Nana Brew Hammond. She appeared on the show March 29th, 2022, and the current book is titled Blue. Zariah Cherry appeared on Black Authors Matter TV on January 24th, 2023. Current book, Lulu, the Lollipop Girl. Black Diamond appeared on the show May 3rd, 2022. Current book is Animal Alphabet A to Z. Adu Ari Okonkwo appeared on the show February 14th, 2023. Current book is The Spider's Thin Legs. And last but not least, Dominique Okonkwo appeared on Black Authors Matter TV on October 18th, 2022. And the current book is The Adventures of Super Obi. And I have the envelope.
Okay.
Envelope sealed. Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right. And the winner is Zariah Cherry. Yay! Congrats.
Yay. Yeah. I think her
Zariah
name is,
Cherry.
I think her name is pronounced Zaria, and she
Zaria.
was the youngest person we interviewed this year on the show. I think she was 11 years old. So congratulations to her on winning with her first book. She had a lot of support. So, and Black Diamond, congratulations to you as well on being one of the finalists.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on the show. And when we have a winner that's on screen, they get a 1-minute acceptance speech. But because the winner's not on screen, we weren't able to do that. But we do have a minute if Black Diamond would like to say something, since she was one of the finalists and the winner's not on. Would you like to say anything to our audience? Let me see.
He's muted.
Get it unmute. Yeah, I'm trying to get her to unmute, but she's sight impaired, so I'm not sure if she. Well, there you go. There you go. Hi, Black Diamond.
Hey, thank you guys for interviewing me and actually having me on the show. And I just feel honored just to even be a finalist. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome, and I hope your book is still doing well. And if there's any more writing you want to do, I hope that's going well also.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So we're going to move to our next category now, but we appreciate you coming on the show. Okay, so we're actually a tiny bit ahead of time, but I think we have everybody for the next category in the waiting room. And so we're going to go ahead and move to that category, which is Christian fiction. Here's the award for Christian fiction.
Nice.
And Shalita, you're the one who's doing the Christian fiction category. So I'm going to bring on the people that are in the, let's see, who do we have? I think we have 4 of them. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Because it moves once you hit it. I'm gonna have to ask Angela, can you log off and log back on? I admitted you by mistake. You're in the next group. Or yeah, the next couple of groups. So okay, there we go. So we have on screen, we have Dr. Velma Bagby. We have Vanessa Miller Pierce, but she goes by Vanessa Miller with her writing, I think. Sharon Elise, and we have Pat. And Pat, I'm not going to even say your last name because I always mess it up. I can't figure out what it is, but
Isn't it Georgie? See,
okay.
Thank you.
Because I always want to say George. I've been saying George for 20 years, and so trying to.
Well, see, I learned that it was Georgie when she was on the show because I was saying George for years.
Oh, God.
So Shalita is she's the presenter for this category, and she's going to give the factoid and then announce all of the finalists, and then we're going to announce the winner.
Absolutely. This is for Christian fiction. And our factoid is the winner in this category has released multiple titles over the past 2 years. And there are 5 finalists, and the finalists are Dr. Velma Bagby. She was interviewed on June the 14th of 2020. And the title is The Catch No One Wants. Ooh. And then also we have Rashonda Tate Billingsley, who was interviewed on March the 22nd of 2022. And her title is Miss Pearlie's Girl. That sounds kind of juicy. Okay. And then we have Sharon Elise, interviewed on March 8th of 2022. The Desire of Her Heart. I like that. And then I got to get this one right. Pat Georget Walker was interviewed on February the 7th of 2023, Queen of Kingston, like that. You know, we like queens. And then we have Vanessa Miller, interviewed on November 15th of 2020, What We Found in Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, sealed envelope again. So let me get down to it. Drum roll is rolling right now. And so this is for Christian fiction. Let me make sure I have everything I need. Yes. And the winner is for 2023 award, Best Interview Christian Fiction, Vanessa Miller.
Okay, so we have your picture there, Vanessa, and each winner gets to do an acceptance speech. We want to try to keep it short, but you get to give an acceptance speech.
Oh, it's going to be very short because I did not expect this. But thank you to all of the congratulations to all of the finalists. I actually came on so I could just clap for the winner because I didn't think it was going to be me. So you actually really got me tonight.
But that's good. Surprises are good. Good surprises are good.
Good surprises. They really are. Thank you guys so much. I just want to thank everyone who voted for me in this category. You all really, really surprised me. But I am thankful. God is good.
Yes. Amen.
Okay, and because we are running a couple of minutes ahead of schedule, and this is what we do if we are running ahead, which happens sometimes, the other finalists get to say something. Sharon, why don't you go first? I'm just going in the order of the screen. Oh, you need to unmute. Everybody needs to unmute before they talk.
Unmute.
Where's her? See, did you take yourself out? Oh, there you are. Here, let me ask you to unmute on yours. Something is happening.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Real fast, as Black Diamond said, it was just an honor to be nominated, and it was well deserved. Congratulations, Vanessa, and thank you, ladies, so much for even considering me. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, the people voted. The voters voted for you, so that was how you got in the finals. How about you, Pat?
Well, thank you all, Vanessa. You know how much I love you. Oh, she's so well deserving of this. And for everyone, Dr. Velma, she and I, we like this Gwen forever. I'm so honored and surprised, and it's been a long road, but I thank God for each and every step. So thank you all.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for all of your contributions. And Dr. Velma Bagby with the book about the different fish.
Yes, that's now a series. Thankfully, thanks to the audience who loved it so much. I am so grateful just to have the opportunity to be named among some great heavy hitters in this genre. And I'm happy for Vanessa, well deserved. But just to be named in this category, I was excited just by that alone. So I thank you, ladies. I enjoyed my interview, and I hope to be back soon.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank all of you for your continued contributions to African American literature.
Yes.
And for building a category that really it was built
it was built by them.
organically. It was built by the grassroots authors
Yes.
who wrote the stories. And so it wasn't the publishing industry that created, you all created the genre. And so congratulations on that. Okay, and congratulations again, Vanessa.
Awesome.
All right, so we are moving right along. We're a couple of minutes ahead of time. So because of that, only a couple though. So Rhonda, you haven't had a chance to say anything yet. So what are some of your thoughts?
Well, I love this show because this show is all about support. Everybody who wins in their respective categories wins because people supported them. And I say it all the time that an author does not become a best-selling author without support. So, I mean, it's easy to say I only support people who have more than one book, or I only support people who are on the New York Times best-selling list. But these authors don't make it there without people who show them love at the very beginning. So this is one of the reasons why I really, really love this show, because it's just all about people who supported these authors. And then the other thing is, don't just stop at voting for them. Post reviews on their pages, post reviews on Amazon and Goodreads, because there are some people who won't buy a book unless they see good reviews. So if you're not leaving a review, they probably won't see that book. So let's just keep supporting these authors and supporting the people who are trying to make their dream of being a best-selling author or a published author a reality.
Well, I couldn't have said that better myself. So thanks, Rhonda. And thank you, Rhonda, for being such an awesome co-host for almost 3 years. And 500 guests. We celebrated our 500 guests.
Yes.
That is an amazing milestone. I dare anybody else in this space to match it or even get close. That's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people, and they've been fun interviews. I mean, I've opened my eyes to so many new authors because of this show. And that's another reason why I love this show. In fact, Lisa McNair was my guest speaker at my Black History Month Literary Weekend, and I didn't know who she was until this show. So I thank this show for that.
Okay, so we're gonna move to our next category, and it's a combination category. So it's comic books, graphic novels, poetry, and young adult fiction. It all got combined. When we don't have a lot of people, enough people in one category, we combine some categories that are somewhat similar. So I'm going to bring on, I see Christian Cook. I don't know who this person is that says the macro group. I'm wondering who this person is. Let's see. I don't know who that is, so we'll find out. And then we're going to have Brenda is announcing for this category. So nobody has come on. For the macro group, we want to know who you are so we can make sure you're in the right category.
Nalena Kai.
Okay, Nalena, you are on early. I think you might have thought it was Eastern time. Because you're not on until around close to 9 your time if you're on the East Coast. Are you on the East Coast?
I'm in the Central, but I just wanted to make sure I was here and waiting in the back room.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. I just didn't know who it was. So can you,
Hey,
I'm gonna have I can actually, if you want to stay admitted, I can, since your picture's not there, I can just keep you on, or you can log back in. However you want to do it.
I will
do it. You're gonna, okay. All right. So for this category, Brenda, you're going to be announcing the finalists and presenting the award. Oh, and this one is comic books, graphic novels. Here's the award. Okay.
So comic book, graphic novels, poetry, and young adult fiction. The winner outpaced the other finalists by at least a 3-to-1 margin in this category. So the nominees, Christian Cook appeared on the show August 23rd, 2022, Growing in the Gray. Rita Williams Garcia appeared December 6, 2022, A Sitting in St. James. Pamela Harris, April 12th, 2022, When You Look Like Us. Regina Jennings, September 20th, 2022, Poetry and the Black Panther Party. And the final one is Stephanie Perry Moore, appeared February 7th, 2023, The Magic Strong Series. Drum roll, please. Get this open. And the winner is Christian Cook. Yeah.
Congratulations, Christian, for winning in comic books, graphic novels, poetry, and young adult fiction.
Thank
you
you.
You have time to give your acceptance speech in 1 or 2 minutes.
First off, I just want to thank God. I'm so appreciative for this journey that I've been on. It's always been my dream to be an author, and seeing this come to reality means so much to me. I want to thank my publicist, Pam Perry, for always connecting me with amazing opportunities. I want to thank my loved ones for consistently showing me support, emotional support, as this journey is not easy. And of course, to every single person who I reached out to vote, thank you for your votes, because this wouldn't have been possible without you. This award is just inspiring me to continue to tell interesting and unique stories that need to be told. So thank you, everyone, again.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Congratulations again, Christian. And
thank you.
We're excited to have all of the guests on the show, every single one. So we just really appreciate you and continue the work that you're doing.
Thank you, will do.
Okay.
And that was not an easy category. There were some heavy hitters in that category.
No, there was. It was.
Yes.
So all the categories had competition, it was competitive. Okay, so we are on time and we're actually a couple minutes. So I'm just going to give a comment on what the show has done for me. Has introduced me to so many authors especially in the 2 categories that are my favorite, that I would have never known about in the books they've written, because I bought them all, I think. My budget has really exploded, as well as my to-be read shelves. I'm looking online for some more shelving so I can, because I don't want to, I want to keep my books. And I have books in every room in my house. So I really need a solution. I need to find something. But anyway, historical fiction and mystery thriller, those are my top two categories. And I've been introduced to some amazing writers. So we are ready. Mary is going to do our next category, which is fantasy, mystery, sci-fi, and suspense. We put all those together. And we are going to admit, I only see one of the finalists. There was another one, but I don't know where she went. And then I'm also going to admit his co-writer, even though she wasn't on the show during the time period, but she's in the waiting room, so I was going to admit her anyway. So, but Stephen, you're the only one of the finalists that's on screen. So Mary is going to announce the category and name all the finalists. That's the way we do it. And then she'll announce the winner. So hello to both of you all. And she went off camera. Now she's back.
There we go. Hi, how are you?
We're coming on, and we're about to announce the finalists and the winner in this category.
Great.
Okay, so let's get started. So for the fantasy, mystery, sci-fi, and suspense category, I want to share the factoid about these authors and their time on the show. The top 3 vote getters represent more than 50 combined years in African American literature.
Beautiful.
That's not amazing? 50. And so the finalists are Stephen Barnes. His show, hey Stephen, his show was March 29th, 2022. And his book is The Eightfold Path. Next, we have Megan Giddings. Her show was August 23rd, 2022. And her book is The Women Could Fly. Third, we have Brandon Massey. He was on the May 24th, 2022 show, and his book is called The Exes. Then we have Deborah McDaniel. She appeared on the June 28th, 2022 show, and her book is called Sins of the Father. And lastly, we have Gary Phillips. He appeared on May 10th, 2022, and his book is called One Shot Harry. Okay. Open it up now. Let's see what we got here. So the winner of the fantasy, I'm not even looking yet, fantasy, mystery, sci-fi, suspense category is none other than Brandon Massey. Yes, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon, he's not on the screen, but Brandon
Congratulations.
won in that
Great, Brandon.
category. So we appreciate his work and the work of all of the finalists in this category. And since Stephen, you and Tananarive are on screen, would you like to say a few words?
Well, I'll let Tananarive go first. Anything you want to say, sweetheart?
Well, we obviously are just honored to have been on the ballot and to get the recognition. The love you all have for books just pours out of you. So thank you for doing this, and thank you for this program.
Yeah, I'm delighted that Brendan got it. I think that I'm sure that when he finds out, he's going to kick himself for not being on here live. He's a good guy and a fine writer, and I could have been beat by a nicer guy.
Oh.
Well, you all continue to do the work you're doing. You all are writing scripts and doing all kinds of stuff, doing shows and giving us some
killing the
content.
game.
Yeah, you all are doing some amazing things. So
Well, we're having fun and we care about the community. And when you step out and you are honoring the writers who are caring, then we all win every time.
And thank you for honoring The Eightfold Path as a nominee, because that is a very special book that deserves recognition, and I'm glad it was on the ballot.
Absolutely.
okay, well, you all continue. I know, Stephen, you post a lot on Facebook. Continue keeping us informed about things and keep writing provocative questions and having people respond and all that.
I will.
The interchange is important, and it's always civil because not everything on social media is. So
Well, I believe in that communication needs to be courteous whenever possible.
I agree. So thank you all so much again, and continue making all the amazing contributions you're making. I can't wait till your book comes out, Tananarive. I am going to be getting it. I already have it on my list.
Great. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
He was delightful.
Yeah. So we are a couple minutes ahead for our next section. We have a couple of minutes. So since everybody's already said something, does anybody want to say anything else? Based on where we are on the program, because the people who are in the next categories, I don't want to be ahead of their time slot, that I gave them. So Mary, what do you have to say?
So I would like to say, if you're watching tonight, because I see we have quite a few, please, if you can, bless any of the authors, particularly the ones who have won, and the finalists as well. Buy their book, buy one for yourself and buy one and share it with a friend, buy one and donate it to a local library. Because what I found is with our books, sometimes they don't make it into libraries until you bring it in. Libraries don't mind free books to go on the shelves. And
That's
sometimes
true.
that's the only way a book can get into circulation is that it can physically be given brand new to a librarian. I can't remember the name of it, what they call the person who codes it and puts it in. It's a
Is it a
certain
curator?
No, it's another
Not a
name.
curator?
When I found the one who got mine into circulation at our local libraries, I mean, that's like, I love her. And it is a specific person for those of you who don't know. And if you can get a hold of that person, and I'll tell you,
Acquisitions?
well, that's
Oh.
and that's at a higher level. Yeah, I know what you're going for, but
Because I've talked to him myself. That's why.
oh yeah, and you must persist. You must
Yeah.
persist. And I will give y'all this one little thing because I know we're still a little ahead. How I got mine in was I donated a book to the Friends of the Library. I used to be on the board and I was like, wait a minute. We used to like get books all the time from different authors to either resell for fundraisers or to put on the shelf. And so that's what I did. And I made a big PR moment of it. We took pictures, I put on social media. And after I gave them one book, they put them in all 4 libraries in my city.
Right.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Awesome.
It is.
And yeah, don't sleep on your library. I know authors want to sell their books, but donating a book to a library can open up a door to a whole new audience. One of the things that I always valued about my Black History Month Literary Weekend is I asked all of the participating authors to donate a book, and we would donate that book to a local high school, because often they have a very limited amount of books in their schools, especially if it's a school that doesn't have a lot of funding. They have a very limited amount of books. So we would donate books to local high schools as well as the local libraries, the city libraries. And you never know who's going to read that book and decide that they want to buy more. So don't sleep on your library. I know donations sometimes can be a cuss word to some authors because they want to sell, but you just don't know what would happen when you decide that you want to donate.
Yeah, and a library, if they acquire it for all of their branches, that's a major feat. So, okay, so we're right on time for our next category, which is historical fiction. Where's my, I don't have the little thing. Is it historical fiction? It's historical fiction romance is the next category. So I pulled the wrong trophy, but I will get it after this. So, we have Brenda announcing the historical fiction romance category finalists, and she'll announce the winner. And we only see one person that's in this category in the waiting area. That's Angela Jackson Brown. So I'm bringing her on screen. She came on before, and she was on early. So you're back, Angela. And so you're the only one among the finalists that logged in. So Brenda is going to make the announcement and list all the finalists and everything.
All right, Angela Jackson Brown. So the historical fiction romance category, the factoid is this is one of the growing genres in African-American literature, and the support of the finalists reflected that growth. So the finalists are Angela Jackson Brown, appeared on the show July 26, 2022. The title of the book is The Light Always Breaks. Piper Hughley, am I saying that right? I hope so. June 21st, 2022, by her own design. Beverly Jenkins appeared August 30th, 2022, To Catch a Raven. Wanda Morris, October 18th, 2022, Anywhere You Run. And Vanessa Riley, July 26, 2022, Sister, Mother, Warrior. And the winner is, drumroll, please. Act like the people on the war show, like I can't get it open. Angela Jackson Brown.
Okay, congratulations, Angela.
I love being all loud with
on winning in this category. And for those of you all who may not, we had an additional feature this year for the winners. We had a little video when we announced their name, just like on the Grammys or the Academy Awards. So, Angela, congratulations on being the winner.
Congrats. Wow. Y'all not gonna make me ugly cry tonight.
And you get a minute or so to give your acceptance speech.
Oh my Lord. Well, I do know that there is one ancestor celebrating right now, my daddy, who told me when I was a little girl that someday I was going to be a writer.
Wow.
And he never got a chance to see me publish a book. But every time I publish a book, I know that his little angel wings are flapping and he's crowing. That's my baby. So I'm so grateful on behalf of him. And I want to say thank you, Gwen Richardson and Dr. Rhonda Lawson. You all give opportunities to people like me who don't always get opportunities in the mainstream. And I always tell people that I always start with my people because I know our stories often don't get told, or if they do, they don't often get told in the right way. Mm-hmm. So I'm willing to take that journey back to the past and tell our stories so that our ancestors can know that there are people still doing the labor here on earth on their behalf. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank the 2023 Black Authors Matters TV Award Show and the National Black Book Festival and all of my family and my friends and people that I don't even know who voted for me, but really you voted for Black books that are trying to tell stories that matter. And it's just such an honor to be nominated with all of these amazing writers. If you could see my bookshelf, you would know they're all here. And I say thank you, not just for myself, but for all of us, because without you, there is no us. And I just appreciate you so much. Thank you. This is amazing. I might not sleep tonight.
Oh, well, thank you.
That was
so
so beautiful.
It was. Thank you so much for writing what you do. And I know you have a book coming out soon. Homeward, I believe it is. That's the title. See, I'm checking. I keep abreast of everything that's coming out for the next 12 months. I pretty much know who's got a book coming out. And I'm just so excited to see continuing releases. So thank you so much, Angela. Congratulations again. And I'm sure we'll have you back on the show sometime in the future with your next book.
I would love that. And thank you to my publisher, Harper Muse, an imprint of HarperCollins, and my agent, Alice Spielberg. I couldn't do it without them too.
All right. Well, have a great night.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have our next category, which is history. And this is the last category before our entertainment. So we say we have entertainment, just like this is a major award. we have good entertainment. Awesome. We have good entertainment. So I think you all will be pleased with who we have. So I do want to bring on, before we do the history category, I just want to, because Nana Brew Hammond, she logged on late. And so I wanted to tell her we did her category already. And so congratulations on being a finalist, Nana. We already announced the category and the winner was Zaria Cherry. So I just wanted you to know that. So
thank you so much. I'm sorry that I missed it. I got the time a little messed up.
Yeah, it's sometimes it can be challenging with the different time zones because the people are all over the United States. But congratulations for being a finalist.
Thank you so much. And I love what you do. And I am so excited I'm going to continue watching and seeing. So congratulations on all that you do. You're the winner. Thank you.
Okay.
So sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so we're bringing on the history finalists, and we have two of them in the waiting room. So we're going to admit them, and then Pam is doing this category. You ready, Pam?
I am ready.
Okay, and
All
we have
right.
on screen Claude Johnson and Michael Rashawn Hall. Welcome to the award show, and we're about to announce the finalist names, and then we'll announce the winner.
Okay. So for the history category, we have a factoid, and it is that this was a very tight race among all of the authors that wasn't determined until the very end of the voting process. Whew, I tell you, each year it gets tighter and tighter. And so the finalists are Alvin Hall, who appeared on the show January 31st, 2023. The current book for Alvin Hall is Driving the Green Book, a road trip through the living history of Black resistance. Michael Rashawn Hall appeared on the show April 19th, 2022. And Michael's current book is Freedom Beyond Confinement, Travel and Imagination in African-American Cultural History and Letters. Claude Johnson appeared on the show June 14th, 2022, and Claude's current book is The Black Fives, the epic story of basketball's forgotten era. Francesca, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name correct, Francesca Royster appeared on the show January 3rd, 2023, and the current book is Black Country Music, Listening for Revolutions. Last but not least, Candace C. Taylor appeared on the show July 12th, 2022. And the current book is Overground Railroad, The Green Book, and the Roots of Black Travel. All right, and I have the envelope. Drum rolls.
Oh, before you announce, I do have this is the award for
that beautiful award.
Okay.
All right, breaking the seal. And the winner is Claude Johnson. Yes.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for considering this and considering my book. And, you know, I'm wearing a seersucker suit in honor of my grandfather.
All right.
He never learned how to read or write. And so I'm thinking that he would be proud of this moment. It's the first time I've ever gotten an award for writing, and I got straight D's in English in middle school.
Wow.
Oh.
And I signed my book deal with my late grandmother's vintage fountain pen so that she could have the last word.
That's special.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, your book, the work, all of the history books, the work shows, the research, the effort, the time, it shows in the end result. So congratulations. And for Michael, since you're on screen, we have a minute, if you would like to say something for about 30 seconds, congratulations to you on being a finalist. Do you have any words you want to say to the audience?
Thank you everyone for watching this program, and thanking you for taking the time to give my work some space to breathe and be promoted. Like authors do indeed matter. Thank you.
Amen.
Honored to be on with you, Michael, and with the other authors in here. Really fantastic tribute and honor.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we are at the midway point of our show. Congratulations again to you, and keep writing, both of you, keep writing.
Thank you.
So we're at the midpoint of the show, and we're going to have some entertainment for you all. And then we'll be back with the rest of the show and the rest of the awards. It'll be about 5 minutes for the entertainment. And then I think you all will enjoy it.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders and a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. Oh, I do what I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling? Calling me to enter, gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving, towards the separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind. And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling? Calling me to enter, gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face, 'cause I'm alone. And I just might fail, but Lord knows I tried. Sure as stars fill up the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling? Calling me to answer. Gonna keep on. Oh, I'm gonna stand up. Take my people with me to a brand new home. Far across the river, do you hear freedom calling? Calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Going to a brand new home. Far across the river, I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Oh, I feel it in my bones. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Well, that was Kayla Freeman.
That was amazing. That's what that was.
She is a local talent in Houston. She did our entertainment last year too. And she's a really, really good singer. She sounds better than the recording, I want to say, but a lot of times she can really, some people can really bring it when they sing and she can't. Okay, so we are right on time for our next category, which is mainstream fiction. And I believe we have two people on screen for this category. We have Nalayla Kai. So Nalayla, you can come on now. And Nina Fox, I believe. But Yolanda, you're on for Nina. Is that what it is? Wait a minute. Where's, oh. Yolanda, are you on for Nina?
I am.
Okay, all right, okay. So the presenter in this category is Brenda White, and she's going to name all of the finalists, and then she'll announce the winner, and this is the Mainstream Fiction Award. And all awards will be mailed out this week to the winners.
Good evening. So for mainstream fiction, the factoid is that this category included well-established authors that have contributed to the industry for years. And yes, they have. I know a lot of these. I have a lot of their books. The finalists are Connie Briscoe, appeared on the show March 15th, 2022. The title of the book is You Never Know. Nina Fox, August 30th, 2022, Island Secrets. Nalani Kai. Did I say her name right? I know I know.
Nalena Kai.
Nalena Kai. March 29th, 2022, Transition. Mary Monroe, May 24th, 2022, Empty Vows. Kennedy Ryan appeared on the show January 10th, 2023, Before I Let Go. The winner is, drum roll, please, Elena Kai.
Okay. So,
wow.
Nalayla, congratulations.
Oh my God.
Winner.
Oh my God. Those are some heavy hitters. I mean, really, I had written down somebody else's name because that's who I thought. Oh, wow. Wow.
But you get a minute to give your acceptance speech.
Okay, well, first, thank God for giving the gift of life and writing, because for me, writing is life. I'm thankful for my son who does all of my covers, Woodson Creative Studio. Shameless plug, y'all. Yes, and he's actually down there near you guys in Houston. So he moved down there, so I traveled there a lot. Can't wait to meet you all in October. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Cannot wait to meet you all. Thankful for my tribe. I'm telling you, this is the work of tribe. My writing tribe is the best. And I thank you. And thank you for all of the readers in my literary cafe. So I'm sure they had a lot to do with this. And I'm grateful for this opportunity. You know, we've been dancing around, Kush City for years. I've known Kush City has been in existence for years. And Brenda, I know you've come to my Cavalcade of Authors event, and I've done an event with Rhonda down there when she had her sorority event down there in New Orleans, and it was amazing. So it's nice, and I feel that I've come home. So thank you so much for this opportunity. And yes, Black Authors Matter.
Amen, amen, amen.
Okay. And Yolanda, even though you're on in Nina's stead, do you have something you want to say on her behalf?
Yes. Congratulations, Milena. I know she will want to say that. And she will also want to thank Black Authors Matters TV for all that they do for all authors, because you guys get the word out for so many authors that do not get the opportunity. So for you guys just to keep doing the work that you guys are doing, it's a wonderful thing. And she wants to also thank all her readers and all that have supported her from day one. And congratulations again to Elena and all the finalists that was in this category, because she was with some heavy hitters. Yes, she was. So she's honored for that.
Yes. So congratulations again, and thank you all for the work that you do. Yolanda, you're not writing right now, but you're just a bigger part of the book industry as anybody, because without people who assist and the publicists and just everybody who plays a supporting role, we couldn't continue to do what we've done. So thank you again, and thank you both. Congratulations, Nalela, and yeah, we'll see you in October.
Yes, looking forward to it, and all that good eating down there in Houston. I look forward to gaining a good 10 pounds while I'm there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we do have good food.
We can help you with that.
We do. Okay, good night to both of you.
Congratulations.
Okay, now we have the next category is going to be motivational, inspirational, and our timing is good. Someone is texting me. I need to find out who this is, because they're saying they're having problems logging on.
Is that Daphne Reed? I was trying to help her on
No, she's logged on.
Okay.
So I'm asking them who they are. I need to say it nicely, not like who you, like that.
New phone, who this?
Like that. Oh Lord.
I have to say it a little longer so it will seem professional. And so maybe it will be someone that's on this segment or one of the ones coming up. So the next category, let's see, we do have I think we have 3 people. Let me see. 3 of the people that are nominated in this one. So it's motivational, inspirational. And I think we have Colinthia Miller and Dr. Bisa Batten Lewis in this category. So welcome to the show, and our presenter for this category is Mary Evans. So she's going to announce the finalists, and then we'll announce the winner.
Okay, so in the category of motivational and inspirational, the factoid I'd like to share is this category became a 2-way race early on, and the winner won by only 3 votes.
Wow. Wow.
It's good to call your friends at the last minute.
Let me show the award. Let me see. This is motivational inspiration.
Yes.
So this is the one for motivation.
Awesome.
Inspiration. Okay, Mary.
So the finalists are, the first one that we have is Stephanie Jackson. She appeared March 29th of last year. And then we had, and her book is The Power of 5, Reclaiming Your Power After COVID, Racial Injustice and Beyond.
Mama.
Yes. Then the next is Dr. Bisa Batten Lewis. She appeared November 29th of last year. And her book is The Paid Educator, 10 Professional Ways to Supplement Your Teaching Salary, Amen. And I added the amen.
I remember that interview.
A new title.
I was like, oh Lord, I might go back to teaching if I can supplement some stuff. Okay. The next is Colinthia Miller. And her show time was December 27th of last year. And her book is called Unmasked. And then we have the only male in the category. Brian W. Smith, he came on March the 7th of this year, and his book is Adapt and Overcome, Life Lessons I Learned on My Journey from Hollygrove to Hollywood. And then lastly, we have Miss Dorinda Walker. She appeared November 8th of last year, and her book is Love and Havoc. All right. For the motivational and inspirational category, drum roll please for the winner.
No.
And the winner is Stephanie Jackson.
Okay, well, Stephanie's not on the screen, but congratulations, Stephanie, for being a winner in this category. And it's motivational, inspirational, and we can always use some motivation and inspiration.
Yes.
Especially in this world of so much negativity. And since Corinthia and Dr. Bisa, since you all are on screen, would you all each like to have something to say? We'll start with Corinthia. Unmute first before you talk. Okay, so we can know everything you're saying. Okay.
I don't have a voice.
Oh.
But I just want to say thank you for even considering me in this category as a first-time author. So it's just truly a blessing to be a part of this group of people. So thank you so much. And I want to thank Shanita, my publishing company, which is She Publishing. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. So thank you. And thank you to my family for the support.
Okay, well, rest your voice and
yes, please.
Honey,
Yes.
lemon and honey is good.
We have an event next month, so I'm gonna need you to get your voice back.
Okay, Dr. Bisa.
Thank you all for just this space. When I shine, all the educators everywhere shine, everywhere, they just shine. Everyone who has an educator in your life, consider compensating them for their time or showing appreciation to them for their time and their expertise. They'll give it for free, but don't make them all the time. Yeah. And I just want to say, thank God for the gift of writing and creativity for sure. Everyone who voted for me, family, friends, loved ones, followers, I appreciate all of you. My publisher, Mind Matters Publishing, Pam Parrott PR for Marketing Genius, and definitely Gwen and Dr. Richardson, Dr. Lawson, Rhonda Lawson, for being so awesome. And the National Black.
She spoke it into existence, Gwen.
I don't want to be a doctor, Rhonda. I give all the PhDs, all of the people who've done the dissertations and all of that. You all deserve that. That's not my path. But anyway, Dr. Bisa and Corinthia, thank you so much for being finalists, for being guests on the show. And congratulations on being finalists. And thank you for your support and the work that you're doing to get the word out and motivating and inspiring people. That is so important.
Amen.
Okay. All right. So our next category, we're a minute or so early for it, but one thing I do want to say before, since I have 1 minute, I have 1 minute. I want to thank everybody who was a part of this show, either past, present, or future. The people you see on screen are awesome people. We have people behind the scenes. My stepson, Robert Richardson, does the media management. All of these videos you're seeing and all these moving parts, he's behind the scenes doing that. And he does it every week for the show. And really, it's enhanced the show. George Powell does our video work. He did the intro for the show. Any videos you see or work we do, George Powell produces them. And he's an amazing, talented person. And there are other people behind our graphics artists. We have other people we work with. And, everything takes a team. Any successful operation, you need a team of outstanding people who are committed and just believe in excellence. So thank everybody, because I might not have enough time to say it at the end, and I don't want to be saying it in a rush to the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for everything. Okay, our next category is nonfiction.
Yes.
So let me bring on, we have, let's see, what do we have for this one? We have 3, 4 people. Let's see.
That was a big category too.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of votes.
Mhm.
I think we have 4 other people on screen. Bernard Sims, Dana Jones-Megget, Daphne Maxwell Reid, the author and actress. She'll be at the book festival this year. And Dr. Alfred and Jesse Brinkley, but I don't see their faces, but they're there. So the presenter in this category is Shalita Anderson.
Yes, absolutely. Nonfiction. Our factoid is that this winner in this category had a strategy. Work with another finalist and encourage supporters to vote for both. The finalists are Dr. Alfred Brinkley and Jesse Brinkley, interviewed on March 8, 2022. Let's Be Smart. Dr. Dana Jones-Megget, March the 22nd was the interview of 2022. He Ain't Heavy, He's My Son, part 2. And then we have Daphne Maxwell Reid, interviewed on May the 10th of 2022, Grace, Soul, and Mother Wit. Like that title. We have Bernard Sims, was interviewed on September 6, 2022, The Southern Awakening. And then we have Dana Spencer, interviewed on October 11, 2022, A Beginner's Guide to Financial Freedom Through Real Estate. Got to buy that land.
Okay, so here's the award for nonfiction. And then Shalita is going to announce the winner.
All right, drum roll please for 2023 award, Best Interview Nonfiction, Bernard Sims. Congratulations.
Okay. And Bernard, we have your picture on the screen showing you as the winner in the nonfiction category. And congratulations. And you get a minute or so to give an acceptance speech, and we'll allow 30 seconds from the other finalists as well.
I first thank God. It's really, truly humbling to be here. Thank you, Gwen and Dr. Rhonda Lawson, and the National Black Book Festival for hosting something like this for a small town person like me. Of course, after Mother's Day, I have to thank my mom and my dad, my sister Carol, my brother James and Kent, my nieces and my nephews, my wife and kids, at the small town of Georgia for showing me the love and support. It's humbling to be here in this sort of panel. And Dwayne Boyd for Premier Acting Networks, Sandy Powell from Archway Publishing, Terrell Harrell from Tie Def Studios in Atlanta, I'm wearing his shirt, Michelle Jackson from Black Writers Workspace, Mocha and Noah Johnson from Athens Anti-Discrimination Movement for helping a small town person like me to have a voice. You know, in small towns, sometimes we don't feel like our voices matter in the grand scheme of the universe. And for the National Black Book Festival to have me here on a panel with Daphne Maxwell Reid, who I voted for. I voted for her myself. I'm such a big fan. But for that reason, I voted for her. And I also wanted to make sure that if this award ceremony was interrupted, that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air didn't come to slap me, I was voting for her. So thank y'all all. It's just humbling to be in the presence of all this Black beauty and Black greatness. Thank you all.
Okay.
You did good.
Well, Daphne, since he named you by name, I'll let you go next for your 30 seconds or so.
That was delightful. Thank you. That's 2 of us who voted for us. Okay.
Now, everybody got a good number of votes. Everybody did.
Yes, that was a good category.
Yeah, because at first you had to get enough votes to make the top 5. So it was 2 rounds
I
of
was
voting.
surprised. I'm very happy to be here as a finalist. And to not be the winner is okay, because I know the hard work that people put into doing something like this, and I can appreciate it, and I applaud you for winning. Even from your small town, all voices matter, honey.
Yes.
Yes.
Big town, small town. Thank you very much for having me. It was delightful talking with you back then and now. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and congratulations to the winner and all the other finalists.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And Dana, do you have a few words you want to say? You need to unmute. Let's see. There you go.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say thanks. Again, Gwen, thank you for having such an amazing platform for Black artists, authors. It's just a privilege to be here and to be nominated again. I am here with on vid.
Now be sure to watch the new Bel Air too, because I'm on that too.
She sure is, and she ain't nothing nice on the new one.
But again, thank you. And thanks to everyone that, voted for me. I know some of my family, friends, and everyone that's on here. So again, thanks. That's all I have. And always God first in everything. So.
Okay. And the Brinkleys, I don't see a face. I just see like I don't know. Did somebody put a sticky note over their camera on the Brinkleys? Can they hear what's going on? No. Okay, well, we're good in terms of timing. So congratulations to you all. And Bernard, congratulations on being a winner. Okay, the Brinkley, you all have 20 seconds to say hello.
Come on, Brinkley.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I don't know if you heard
Hello.
the winner, and we were giving everybody a few seconds to say something.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, can you all hear us?
We hear you well.
We can, but we need to stay on time. So we just wanted to let people see you all.
Okay.
We announced
Well,
the
we just wanna
winner, and
thank,
it was
God for everything that has transpired. Thanks to our publishers, and thank you, Dr. Lawson and Ms. Richardson, who has taken reading and literacy to a different level. Thanks to the people who took the time to vote for us, and congratulations to the winner.
We like to thank all our family, friends, and voters who came out to vote for us. And thank you all for a job well done.
okay. Well, thank you all. Thanks to everybody. Our next category, the time slot is of imminent.
Thank you.
So thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. And there were a lot of votes in that category. I think that category had
That category was packed.
Yeah, it had a lot of votes. So thank you all. And our next category is politics, public policy, and social sciences. So this category is being presented by Pam. But interestingly, let's see, I have the award here. We don't have any of the finalists in the waiting room. So we'll go through the same thing we've been doing with the other ones, and we'll see who wins.
Wow. All right. So politics, public policy, and social sciences. Can I get a drum roll, ladies? All right.
Okay.
Factoid. This was our first year including this category, and the interviews were driven by the increased number of new releases. And the finalists are Venice Berry, who appeared on the show February 7th, 2023. Current book is Racialism and the Media. Dr. Leslie Fenwick appeared on the show September 27th, 2022. Current book is Jim Crow's Pink Slip, the untold story of Black principal and teacher leadership. Minda Harts appeared on the show October 4th, 2022. and the current book is Right Within. Willie Tolliver appeared on the show April 26, 2022, and the current book is Deconstructing Will Smith. And last but not least is Cynthia Tucker, who appeared on the show April 26, 2022, and the current book is titled The Southernization of America. I like all of those titles. You know, they all hit in a certain kind of way. Okay, but here is the envelope. Here is the envelope.
All right.
Old seal, breaking the seal, and the winner is Cynthia Tucker. Congratulations, Cynthia Tucker.
Okay.
We miss you.
Rhonda, do you want to accept the award on her behalf?
Sure. I would like to thank the Academy. No, thank you for supporting Cynthia. It's not easy writing a book. It's even harder writing a nonfiction book. So the fact that this was a great category and that she was able to win in this category means a lot. So please go out and support all of these great authors just for being nominated. It's just amazing.
Yes. So we have I think 5 categories left or four categories left. So I want to say happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. A mother is one of the most rewarding and toughest jobs there is. And we give unconditional love to everyone in our circle. So happy Mother's Day belatedly to all mothers out there. And I had a great Mother's Day. So
great.
You too, Queen.
So our next category is religious faith. And we have 2 people from that category in the waiting room. And Shalita has this one also, the religious faith category. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I click, when the thing, they move, when you add somebody, it moves. And I admitted the wrong person. But I'm gonna, Julia, if you don't mind going off screen, because I admitted you by mistake, you didn't have to log out. But anyway, she left. So you can log back on. I admitted you by mistake. So it's a little bit before your time, about 15 more minutes before your time. So Shalita,
yes, ma'am.
You want to name the 2 people we have are Dr. Burnett Nettles and Charlene Rogers on screen. So welcome and congratulations on being finalists. Shalita is going to present this category.
Absolutely. This category is religious faith. The factoid is the winner in this category started off in the lead and stayed in the lead throughout the vote process. The finalists are Daryl Hall, interviewed on October 11, 2022, Speaking Across Generations. Dr. Vernette C. Nettles, interviewed on December 20th, 2022, Prayers for Your Fasting Journey. Then we have Charlene Rogers, interviewed on January 31st, 2023. Love this title, Fear Not, capital N-O-T, all caps. Dr. Eve Taylor was interviewed on March 8, 2022, The Torn Fabric of America, The Racial Divide, Black and White. And then we have Cheryl Wills, interviewed on May 3rd, 2022, Isn't Her Grace Amazing? So now we have the winner here. Let me go, drum roll, please, lady. All right, so the winner of this category for 2023 award, Best Interview Religious Faith, Dr. Vernette C. Nettles.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dr. Nettles. And
Thank you.
I think She's with, I think she's with BK Royston Publishing, are you?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, all right. So congratulations, and you get 1 minute to give an acceptance speech.
Well, thank you so much. I truly did not expect that this would be the result, but I am truly grateful. And I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you to Dr. Gwen. It's been a wonderful journey with her. I was one of my first large events was with the National Black Book Festival in Houston, and so I've had a good time, and I've been a part of it since then. And I want to thank Julia for always being a support, my family, my friends, and always God. But this has truly been a journey, and it has been an amazing journey. God has opened so many doors and shown me so many things over these last few years. And October will be my 5th year with a published work. And so I'm excited about that milestone as well. So this is a wonderful 2023 for me. And I thank you all for the continued support and inspiration.
Okay, you all keep trying to make me a doctor. I'm not doctor. That's Dr. Rhonda's the doctor.
Receive it.
But thank you, Vernette.
Thank you.
And I think you were at the first festival, or one of the first ones we had at the church.
Yes, ma'am.
We went, we were downtown for the first 5 years. And then the 6th year, we were at Fallbrook Church's sports facility. And that's been our home since then. So you were one of the early ones. So thank you so much for participating in the process. I'm glad that you and BK Royston got together, and they published a lot of authors. So
yes, they have.
They're very supportive.
But we came together at your event. The research, the research behind coming to your event led me to Dr. Royston.
Wow.
Okay, that's great. That's what we're here for. So thank you so much. And Charlene, even though you didn't win, you were a finalist. So would you like to say a few words to the audience? And I see you have your Black Authors Matter t-shirt on.
Yes, she was ready. Wait a minute, she has the hat and the shirt. Go ahead, girl.
A Juneteenth sale a few years ago.
Oh, okay. That's great.
But I just wanted to thank you all for the support and for this platform and for allowing Black authors to come together and promote each other. Thank you so much. It's definitely been a blessing.
Okay, and I wanted to show the religious faith, the award for that, and all the awards will be mailed to the recipients in a few days. So thank you so much again.
Thank you.
You all have a great evening. Okay, so we're getting close. This is our last book category. The other two categories are not authors. So this last book category is urban fiction. And let's see, two of the finalists are in the waiting room. So we'll meet them. And for urban fiction, we have our award here. And we will announce the winner for this category after we announce the finalists. And Brenda is doing urban fiction.
Hello, finalists. Okay, urban fiction. This category included 4 heavy hitters and 1 new kid on the block. Finalists are Tracy Brown, appeared on the show May 31st, 2022. Title of the book is Hold You Down. And I'm assuming this is ill. Gwen, you give me this every year, something that's a bunch of letters. I think I'm supposed to say it right. Am I supposed to say ILL or ill1?
Ill1.
Ill1. Okay, the title of the book, they appeared on the show August 9th, 2022. Title of the book is Entanglement. Juan appeared on the show April 12th, 2022. Promise Broken. Keith Thomas Walker October 18th, 2022, Blurred Lines. And Keith Kareem Williams, October 18th, 2022, Time Doesn't Stop for Broken Clocks.
Okay.
Come on, Keith Kareem.
Oh.
Time does
Okay, I
not
don't know.
stop.
Did I show the award yet for Urban?
You
I don't
did not
remember.
show the award.
No.
Okay, all right, so that's for Urban. All the winners will receive their awards in the mail in a few days. So we have two of the finalists on screen, Il1 and Keith Kareem Williams. And Brenda,
I need some real live drum rolls since this is the last
real
category. Can I hear you? Can I hear you? Can I hear you? The winner is.
How's that?
Thank you all. The winner is Tracy Brown.
Okay, Tracy Brown.
Go ahead, Tracy.
She was the only female in the category.
That's what I'm saying, you know, girl power.
And she's been writing a long time, as have all of the finalists, except for Il1. So we're going to have, because Tracy's not.
Il1 was the new kid on the block?
Yes, Il1 was the new kid on the block.
Come on through,
And
Il.
so we're going to have each one of the finalists that are on screen have a few words, since we have time for that. So Il1, you want to go first?
Hey, I just want to say thanks for having me. I guess you got to get the ladies the more power. You know, it's all about the ladies. But since I was on you guys' show, I finished the third book, so I've got 3 books out now, and I'm working on the 4th.
Well,
so
congratulations!
And I'll be seeing y'all in Houston in October too.
He said he's not gonna be the new kid on the block forever.
I think I need to come back on the show again now since I got some more books.
Oh, well, this is good. That's a good thought. So we look forward to having you. So Keith Kareem Williams, the thing I remember about your interview that stuck with me is that you took your children with you when you were selling your books on the street or wherever you went, so they could see Dad working, hustling in a good way. And that stuck with me. So congratulations on being a finalist. You have a few words to say to the audience.
Yes, I want to say thank you. I was honored. Everybody on the list that was nominated, there were no slouches on that list. Thank you for my t-shirt. Real quick, I'll tell y'all a quick story.
Sure.
That Black Authors Matter. Almost every time I travel, they stop me, they pull me out the line, sir, can you step out the line? And they listen, when I had that t-shirt on, I breezed right through. Nobody don't want to get written about. But you know, like, thank you for the platform. It means a lot because we often don't get the attention that we deserve for the quality of the work that we're putting out. So I just want to say thanks, and thanks to everybody that voted for all of us. I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, and you know, urban fiction is another category that it came from the grassroots.
Right.
The people started writing those kinds of stories, and then the publishers saw that they were selling books, and you know, they don't want any major books selling unless they get their cut. And so then they buy the rights and all of that. But urban fiction is a category that really came from the grassroots, from the people writing their stories that weren't being told at all. So congratulations to you all. I read some urban fiction, not a lot, but I read the ones I read are great authors. So
well, I will say this, that you know, people sleep on urban fiction, but urban fiction is really the catalyst for a lot of young African-American people starting to read. They wanted to read urban fiction because they felt that it was true to their experience. So
Mhm.
they wanted to read those books. So they may have started with those books and then they started branching to reading other books. So I've always credited urban fiction for just opening up the doors to more young people reading, especially more young African Americans reading. I say all the time that it's a slap in the face to our ancestors when a young person says they don't read or they refuse to read. Because of your genre, they have started reading more. So thank you for what you do.
Yeah, and especially males, young Black males.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, because they want to see books where they can identify with the characters or with what's going on. And that's something that you all provide. So it's this very, very good work. And because we were a little bit ahead of time, we were able to talk a little bit more than we have with some of the other categories. So thanks again. And okay, so Keith, do you have a book? Il-One said he's got book 3. Is it Entanglements or is it something else? Il-One. What's the title of book 3?
Book 3 is called Demons.
Demons. So all of your books are one-word titles?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Because
I just look at
the
patterns.
4th book that's coming out is called Stepchild.
Okay, so that's 2 words. Okay, so okay, Keith, what do you have? Do you have something coming out, or you have a new book?
Yeah, I have. I took a break from urban fiction for a little while, but I have something coming out next month titled Foreign. And I have my fantasy, science fiction, gritty urban, Cursed Immortals book 2. So that's coming out later on in the year, probably around October.
Oh, okay. Congratulations. So you're delving into
Yeah, I
some other
write.
genres.
Yeah, I write everything,
Yeah,
from
it's good.
erotica to
Yeah, it's good. It's good to not be
Yeah.
pigeonholed and
It's
into a
good to be
box.
multi-genre.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So you're not about, and then you can your books appeal to a variety of audiences. You're just not a one audience writer. So you know, you sell more books that way. Okay, well, thank you all so much for the work you all are doing, and congratulations again on being finalists.
Thank you. Y'all take care.
You too. Have a great evening.
Bye-bye.
So our that was our last book category. And so our next 2 categories are industry related. The next category is bookstores. And over the course of the last year, we interviewed over 20 bookstore owners across the United States. And the 5 finalists got the most, were the top out of the 20, these 5 got the most votes. And so we're going to be announcing the winner. We don't have any of the bookstore owners on screen. So Shalita, this is your category, bookstores. So these are African-American bookstores, and they're all over the United States. So
Yes, absolutely. So for the bookstore category, the factoid is the winner in this category's bookstore has been described by many as the most beautiful they have ever seen. The finalists are Jeffrey Blair, and it's IEYE See Me Children's Bookstore. So I See Me Children's Bookstore, University City, Missouri. We have Janine A. Cook, Harriet's Bookshop in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We have Daniel and Gabriel Davenport, BEM Books and More, Brooklyn, New York. We have Malik Mohammed in Malik Books, and that's Inglewood, California. And then we have Raven Aura White, Brown Sugar Cafe and Books, Katy, Texas. And we were actually at that bookstore. Awesome bookstores.
I am so not surprised by any of these nominees. These were great interviews and great bookstores.
They were. They each had their own individual. And before you announce the winner, I just want to just harken back to some of what they described, because I remember all of them because they each had something unique. The I See Me, they do children's books, and they were in Missouri. I think it's near St. Louis, but University City. Janine A. Cook, she was Harriet's Bookshop. Her shop was named after Harriet Tubman. And she was the one that during COVID was delivering books on horseback in Philadelphia.
Yes,
That was,
yes.
Wow.
you know, that was, you know, memorable. Danielle and Gabriel Davenport, their books, they're in Brooklyn, I think. It was in Brooklyn,
Yes.
Shalita.
Yes.
And their bookstore focused on food related, cooking. So they did cookbooks, anything that was related to food they had in their store. That was a unique concept. Malik Books, Malik Muhammad, he's one of the oldest bookstores in California. 'Cause I think his bookstore has been around for 25 years or something like that. A long time. And Raven R. White with Brown Sugar Cafe and Books in Katy, which is a suburb of Houston. It's like Houston, just west. She had like a cafe where she was selling, because we went there and did a pop-up shop.
Right.
And she was selling all kinds of things. So
yes, good stuff.
yeah.
You had a good time.
Very good stuff.
Yeah, so
yes, 2023 award Best Interview Bookstores was Raven R. White. And yeah, she won.
So,
congratulations, Raven.
Awesome. She's the winner of the books in the bookstore category, got the most votes.
She's an awesome lady.
Very, very, very nice and committed. She's passionate.
Yes, and we had some good hibiscus and chicken salad and
Hibiscus
What?
tea, I think it
What?
was.
I mean, for real, for real.
If y'all like that, I'm gonna have to go ahead and visit next time I come to Katy.
And I
Yeah,
had
very
a
nice
pastry that she had. I can't remember what pastry it was. Do you
Wasn't it an apple fritter or something like that?
That
Oh,
was
yes.
good too. I think I sampled a little too much of everything. It was also good.
And she did have a very, very beautiful
very
place. She
beautiful.
had a stage.
Amazing.
Yeah, beautiful art. I mean, it's just it was
Yes.
very, very nice bookstore. So okay, our final category is book industry support. And in book industry support, that included everything that wasn't an author or a bookstore. So anybody else in the book industry fell in this category. And it included book club presidents, publishers, book event people, coordinators, and some other people, some other different people, agents, anybody that wasn't a bookstore or an author goes into book industry support. So Pam, you have the honors of announcing the very last category that we have in book industry support.
Well, all right. Well, let me give you all the factoid.
Oh,
for
wait,
the book.
wait, but let me bring the people on. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring
Oh, okay.
We done
glad
announced
they're
everything
here.
the winner.
Okay,
Glad they're here.
we have 3 of the people in the waiting area.
All right.
Yeah. Let's wait for them to come on screen. Well, Julia's on screen. Julia Royston. Sharon Lucas is on screen, and Yvette Hennington, when her face shows up, she's the other one. So Pam, do the honors of announcing the 5 finalists in the book industry support category.
All right. Well, I'm so glad to see some smiling faces. So let me give you the factoid for the book industry support category. This category included everything from book club facilitators to publishers to online book groups to book event coordinators to book collection projects. Wow. So the finalists are Shay Baby, who appeared on the show February 21st, 2023. Brown Book Series. Justin Beck appeared on the show August the 2nd, 2022. Frederick Douglass Books. Yvette Hennington appeared on the show May 31st, 2022. Driven Divas Book Club. And Sharon Lucas appeared on the show July 5th, 2022 Black Authors and Readers Rock Weekend. Julia Royston appeared on the show May 3rd, 2022. BK Royston Publishing. And I have the envelope.
Envelope, and this is the
Look, I'm nervous on this one.
And this
Awesome. Okay, breaking the seal. Can I get a drum roll, ladies? And the winner is Julia Royston. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, and you get time to give your acceptance speech.
Oh, I want to thank the Academy, the Black Authors Matter TV, National Black Book Festival, all of the authors of BK Royston Publishing, people around the country, and to my core team, to my husband, who's my ride or die, Brian Royston, who always has my back, whether I'm up late or up early. He's rooting me on, and special thanks to all the BK Royston Publishing finalists for all that they did. The exposure alone has been gratifying and has been awesome. So I thank you so much. And I say to any writer out there who's thinking about it, write. There is a place for you. There is a book. There is a person who's waiting on you to write it. And so I encourage you to write. And thank you again, Ms. Gwen Richardson. I will be in Houston in October, and I look forward to it. And thank you to the other finalists. We're working hard for our industry. We've got to move the numbers. We got to move the needle so that we're seen and heard, and representation does matter. Thank you so much.
Amen.
It does. So Sharon, would you like to say a few words? Okay, unmute. Sharon, we want you to say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening. How's everyone? Thank you all so much. And I'm sorry, my nephew's getting married in a couple minutes in Panama. So I got
wow.
Going to another Zoom.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, have a great night. That's a first. So, Yvette,
at least she wasn't at the wedding.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay, so get there this time of night, and I've heard of evening weddings. I've never been to one, but not this late. But Yvette, I know your face isn't on, but did you want to say anything?
Oh, it's an amazing group. I have no idea, Gwen, what happened to my picture, but at any rate, it's an amazing group. It's an amazing time. And I thank you, Gwen Richardson. You are a Black woman that rocks. And thank you for the opportunity to even speak about the Driven Divas Book Club. Thank you. And thank you all. And I wish everyone well in my category.
Okay, and so we're a little bit ahead of our time. So, did you have anything? What does the Driven Divas have coming up? And then I'm going to have Julia just say a few words about, because she's always seems like every time I talk to her, she's released 25 more books.
Driven Divas has our bowl-a-thon that we're going to put on next year, 2024 in April. So we're in the planning phases of that. May 27th, we're having our book club meeting, and we are reading Enticing Eason by Stephanie Morris. So each month we get together, of course, and throughout the month for other special events, and we're always together. So we try to have some fun times.
Okay, and Julia, give us an update on BK Royston, because you haven't been on the show yourself in a while.
I know it has been a while.
So how many authors are under your umbrella now?
225.
See, I told you every time I talk to you, it's 25 more. Okay, because it was like 150 or 60 last time I talked to you.
Right. So we're
Okay.
about 225. We published in 2022 60 books. That was the most ever. So
Oh,
that's a
wow.
lot for my company. That's a lot. But I do want to put a plug in on June 10th. I am having a virtual summit. It is preparing for what's next. So it's for authors, business owners. It's kind of across the board. It is really kind of preparation for fourth quarter, for first quarter of 2024. So really looking the business of not only books, but business period. So we're not caught off guard and we can really kind of do some inventory, double check some things. So the flyer is out now. The link is available. So register. But if you're really trying to prepare for what's next, not only the business of books, but being in business period, that's what we're going to be talking about: branding and self-care and inventory and all of that good stuff. And then another one that I'm really excited about: why should somebody sponsor you? We all want sponsorship, but why should? So what are the things we need to get in order to be ready for sponsorship? They have the money out there, we know it's out there, but we have to be ready for them to invest in us. So that's what's coming up on June 10th. And as well, I mean, reach out to me, find me on social media. Let's have a conversation about your book, whether you published already or you just need to bounce something off of someone who's in the industry a lot. These other ladies of book clubs, be sure now, authors, y'all know you need to connect, especially if you have fiction, connect with book clubs, all the business of books, that the Book Business Boss, and that's a part of, and that's an arm of the BK Royston Publishing. So I'm really kind of expanding to help authors move. Most authors, it's the first time of them doing something like this. So they're like, I don't know, I just wrote the book. What do I do next? What's
Right.
I have a clue about that. And there are a lot of people who are helping people write. That's good. But after they go, okay, you get the book, bye. No, there's a whole lot more that goes along with it. So that's what we're working on next. Thank you.
Definitely. So June 10th, do we have a time? And where is
From
it?
11 a.m. It's virtual, so it's online.
Okay.
So anybody in the world can be a part of it.
Okay,
If
June
you're
10th.
interested, go to bookbusinessbosstraining.com. That's bookbusinessbosstraining.com to register and find out more information. 11 a.m. to 1. It's on a Saturday, so I'm not trying to take up your whole day. We're gonna be power packed, but 2 hours, make it happen, answer some questions, think differently, and let's move to the next.
Eastern or Central, Julia?
I'm sorry, love. It's Eastern Standard Time. I wanted the Central Time people to be able to sleep a little later. Sorry, West Coast. You might have to take an afternoon nap, but 10 o'clock, but East Central Time. Okay, you be up ready to go. So it's Eastern
Okay,
time
so
zone. I'm sorry.
is bookbusinessbosstraining.com?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Rhonda's gonna put that in the comments.
Thank you, love.
And from 11 to 1 Eastern.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's 10 to noon Central.
Right.
Okay, all righty. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we are almost the end of the show. So we need to announce the overall top vote getter for the entire process. And Rhonda's gonna do that, and then we'll be out of here. So who was the top vote getter? She's just gonna open an envelope. There are no finalists or anything like that. She's just gonna open the envelope and tell you all who it is, who got the most votes in the voting process.
Oh, this is great. This is nice. So the 2023 award for the top overall vote getter was none other than Boya J. Farah.
So he won overall. He got the most votes. He and Bernard Sims, because I saw him on Facebook doing the tag team. They told all their people to vote for both of them, and that's what they did. So they were doing it like
that's the way you do it.
They were telling their people to vote. So, well, we're at the end of the 2023 award show. Congratulations to all of the winners. This is a really exciting process that we do every year. And again, thank you to everybody who's a part of the show. not just a part of this show tonight, but a part of everything that we do with Black Authors Matter TV and the National Black Book Festival. If you want to sign up for the festival, we're at 80% capacity, so don't procrastinate. And we'll be back next week with another amazing episode of Black Authors Matter TV. I'm Gwen Richardson, signing off.
And I'm Dr. Rhonda Lawson. And I will tell you, if you are a person who is watching the show and you've been inspired to write your book, go ahead and write your book, because everybody has a story, but if you don't share it, it's nothing but a memory. So go ahead and tell your story. And if you need help, I am doing a virtual writers workshop. So just look in the chat and you'll find more information about that. So thank you so much for your support of all of the authors tonight. I had a wonderful time. Thank you to all the presenters. God bless you. And you guys have a wonderful evening and a great week.
Thank you for tuning in, and join us next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern for another edition of Black Authors Matter TV.